Welcome back. I am here. I rushed.
I mean, realistically,
I have hands washed, dick washed, everything washed. And here I am. They are so mad at Asmongold because he is right. Curious. Is he right or right? That is a handsome Asmongold? Yeah, man. His hairline looks better than ever. Jesus Christ.
when are these people not mad? Hi, my name is Sydney. Welcome back to Hell.
I thought you were Asmongold.
Merry Christmas to all of you, firstly, and I hope you go into this Christmas period,
Merry
these Christmas
Christmas!
days, making good choices and good decisions. Okay, Simon, make some good choices. I really don't recommend picking fights with your...
Who the fuck is Simon? Did she just call me Simon? Who is Simon? I feel cogged. Why am I cogged? Oh my god, I opened another Capri Sun, but I still have a Capri Sun. Why did I open a new bag? I am a Simon. God damn it.
Your relatives over like politics, but you know, instead you can choose to be
Simon.
joyful and harmonious. And if you decide not to be, I will come to your house and haunt you like a Christmas goblin of sorts.
Wait, I get a female in my house? I'm fine with this. Never mind. It's okay. Yeah, I accept the terms. Let's go. Merry clitoris, everyone. What? Eh?
To the rest of you who don't celebrate Christmas, a happy end of December to you. Happy this week. I hope it's great. As for me, I will be over here channeling Morticia Adams because this is how I have chosen to look today. There's nothing you can do about it. Also, children, if you want to make my Christmas extra special, go and check out my tea company, which is linked in the description box. If you haven't already, I have...
There's chocolate. I want the chocolate. Peppermint white chocolate. That's a tea? Oh, peppermint. Oh. No. Peppermint white chocolate and tea?
have many yummy flavors. And just an FYI, the winter flavors that I...
Yeah, dude. As a tea? Like as a hot chocolate, yeah. But as a tea? Ugh.
I have that you guys seem to really enjoy. They are getting quite low, and these are seasonal, so that...
I do like the bourbon barrel chai. That must be really good. Apple cider rooibos.
They are only around for a limited time and won't be back until next year.
Okay, to be fair, I do have chocolate tea. I have like a chocolate fig tea, and it's pretty fucking good. But peppermint? I don't like mint and chocolate together.
So I'm very low on my peppermint white chocolate. So if you like that one, be sure to grab a box. Now, it has not escaped my attention that apparently everybody is burned out on political talking at the moment, and for some reason that means that you all want to be entertained with people and their drama. And so today's video is no exception.
Oh yeah, this year we definitely didn't have any entertainment drama, no streamer drama, no one got cancelled, no one rose to fame, and no one fell down and plummeted. There were no Google Duckies, nothing to mention. It was a very boring year with nothing to show up for. Yes, absolutely nothing. No.
I'm just trying to give you what you want, Simon, okay? Don't look...
Who the fuck is Simon? I am not Simon. I'm Skew. Who is Simon? I'm getting like fucking paranoid. Who is Simon? I am not Simon.
Gift horse in the mouth. As most of you know, because it's been basically everywhere in the news, the topic of immigration is very hot right now. Boiling hot. So hot it'll melt your face off. And so as a result of this, lately we've had a very big streamer talking about this topic, and as a result getting screamed at by progressives. I know. water is wet. But the reason I find this reasonably interesting is because this person didn't say anything that was particularly extreme or crazy. In fact, the statements being made that people were reacting to are not only milquetoast, but I also just think generally common sense. So in a recent live stream,
I thought it was Asmon talking, but it was still her voice. And I was like, wait a second. He sounds a little bit different.
So in a recent live stream, creator Asmongold said that people who don't make an effort to speak English should leave the United States.
No, it's not. It's not. It's weird. The Declaration of Independence is written in English. The State of the Union every year is spoken in
Hello,
English.
Simon Escuchan. I'm
Hello.
Frank the Tank. It's a pleasure to meet you. I love your
Ah,
streams.
yeah.
Kekwubbers though.
Lovers.
Every law is in English. Every stop
No
sign
streamer
is
drama.
English.
Shows shock.
No.
Everything everywhere is English. It's an English country. It's an English-speaking country.
The British are like rolling in their grave. They just called the American English.
If you don't speak English, you need to go.
I don't know why, but I really just
He wants the British.
didn't have a fun time at all trying to find the actual full long, live streams that these videos have come from. And I don't know, maybe it's because I have Christmas brain, but Lord knows I'm struggling. I just want to have a really long nap. Also, for those of you who don't know, Asmongold, whose name is Zach, and I'll probably just call him his actual name for this video, given I sometimes feel
Oh, no, that's normal shit. No, don't call him... Dude, Zach is too normal. I would never think about Zach being Asmongold. No.
a bit weird using people's screen names. Anyway, Zach has a massive...
I thought that was XQC, but like a single mother XQC. Bruh. Right? This is a single mother XQC. Who is this person?
audience across all platforms, including
Well,
here
I
on
don't
YouTube.
know.
And like many people in the
Pyro?
modern media space, he actually started off in the gaming world, making World of Warcraft content, and massively gained in popularity with his commentary on all sorts of issues.
That legendary clip where you can see only once Asmongold drink water, visibly disgusted. Ugh. Wash it down with Dr. Pepper or some shit.
Sometime around 2022, he became more...
Wait, I thought Fiji water is supposed to be like pricey and expensive. Does it like taste bad or something? I have paused at a very peculiar moment. Why is his lips doing like the VTuber thing? It does like the VTuber V-Bridger thing with his mouth. It's bad. Ah, he's a kid bunny. Ah.
outward in expressing his political opinions, and by 2024 he had shifted very much into culture war topics, was very critical of Biden and Harris, and has been critical of immigration. It's also worth noting that a lot of Zach's delivery is just very blunt. There's, it's like a no holds barred type situation, and that's probably in part what leads to a lot of the criticism that gets thrown his way. In addition to people hating the contents of what he's saying as well. For example, Zach copped a ban from the platform Twitch after he made comments about Palestinians.
That was last year. Wait. I thought it was this year. That was last year. That was 2024? What? I thought it was this year. Was it not this year? There's no way. What? That was last year? Oh my god. Was it? Oh my god. I could have fucking sworn that it was somewhere. Oh, it must be true. Jesus Christ. Maybe he had two. No, he only got banned. Jesus. I had no idea. I thought it was this year.
Saying they had an inferior culture that is antithetical to Western values. He later qualified this position, saying, "Of course, no one deserves to have their life
Happy
destroyed,
Christmas.
even if they
Happy
do things or have
Christmas.
views I find regressive." In early 2025, people got really mad at Zach again because he said he wanted to go to the border and watch deportations dressed as Ash Ketchum from Pokemon. It definitely took me a second to understand.
so retarded. Bro. Yeah, he's just like, yeah, just let me bring up my chair. I will have my Dr. Pepper, and it's like, let's go. I will watch it.
But this is a gotta catch 'em all reference, isn't it? That's what this is, isn't it?
Oh, I didn't even get it. Oh, I'm so slow. Yeah, okay.
Full disclosure, as some of you know,
I'm sorry, I'm
don't
dumb.
really watch live streams. I don't. I have a really hard time paying attention for that long, but I do watch, you know, like The Lore Lodge and Darkness Prevails, and I've been listening to a lot of Let's Read recently, which is
This is gonna be sponsored, wanted.
probably why I'm having weird dreams about Wendigos. So obviously I haven't seen
Kinky?
everything that he's had to say ever, but I do see a lot of his clips on Twitter a lot of the time from people, you know, clipping them and sharing them. And once again, I think that a lot of his delivery just kind of comes without any preamble, no caveats, just straight to what he thinks. And I think it's funny because a lot of what comes across my feed is stuff that I do inherently
What
at
makes
its
this funnier is that the official Homeland Security X account tweeted a Pokemon video edit catching immigrants. The official account.
Dude, I don't know what's up with America lately, but it's the funny. I see the White House put out memes. Like the official account of the United States of America, White House put out like little video compilations to like Nicki Minaj and Sabrina Carpenter on TikTok, and I'm just like, what timeline did I slip into? What is it? What's going on? Who is running these accounts?
or agree with, but once again, I do see why this delivery rubs people the wrong way. And not that I want to get
Crazy.
into this because it's so obviously not the point of this video, but I do think that this kind of delivery style speaks a little bit to the fact, not even a little bit, a lot to the fact that people are done trying to be nice all the time. I think they're done trying to soft foot around issues.
I think it's hard to be nice when like you try to compromise and all you will get like if you don't bow down, then they will call you slurs and like they will call you a fascist or whatever. It's hard to work with people when it's either that they are right or they are right. And you just have to bend over and take it up the ass. Otherwise, you know, like eventually people will lose patience. Unfortunately.
And are now instead just going for the jugular on most issues. And I actually think we're going to see a lot more of this as the whole, you know, let's protect other people's feelings thing and, oh, let's not offend anybody just falls away. And
Like, I literally said, I have never said the word retard ever in my life. Like, never. But then people started to tell me that, Scoo, you shouldn't say the R word. And I was like, why not? Why not? It's a word. Like, obviously, when I say the word, I don't think about anyone who is like actually having a disability. I just think that you're really seriously fucking stupid. And if you try to tell me that we have like the F word, we have the R word, we have the hard R word, we have so many other words that you cannot say and it's just like fucking letters at this point. I'm sorry. This is stupid. Stop being a snowflake. Stop being offended. You're a goddamn adult person. Deal with your feelings. Go to therapy. Okay? Talk it out with someone who you feel safe with. I don't know. They are not. They have to. Is this fucking Harry Potter? No, it's Scoo. Hi.
dies. Zach has also reacted to a couple of my videos on his channel and sent a bunch of viewers my way, which is incredibly cool. And he's also been super charitable to me too.
Stop being a little bitch and stop externalizing all your issues on others. Screw. I mean, okay. This is the one thing. When I see someone, and I will always bring back the anime thing, right? Like whenever these Karens look at anime and they are, or like even VTubers, right? Like, oh, if you like Saba content or Gagura content, you are a PDF. If your first idea is that, then it's probably you who you are a PDF. Because Whose right mind would jump to that? That you're watching a content creator, an obviously adult person behind a random avatar, an anime avatar, and you think about something disgusting like that? And you know what's the funny? That most times they are the PDFs. It's actually those people who accuse you of bad behavior are the ones who get banned for the exact same thing that they accuse you of. And I'm like, stop self-reporting, brother. What are we talking about? Just shut the fuck up. Yeah, the projection. It's always those people. It's crazy.
When he's watched my content, which I really appreciate. So I want to be charitable in return because I think that's fair, especially...
Sydney has a crush. Sydney has a crush. Asmongold and Sydney sitting in a tree. Kissing.
Given that, like I said, you know, with this specific topic, with...
She's married? What? She is? No. Is she? No. Is she? No. Is she?
His comments here, I do agree with him.
There's no ring. Not true. Must not be true. No, but she has a boyfriend. She can have two. She looks like the kind of girl who can use two.
And, you know, I want to make note of the fact that I know he's a polarizing figure and that some of you watching are probably like, he's not my favorite person, Sid, and that's okay. You don't have to like everybody. So with that said...
Oh, dude, that's such a good point. And I am losing my marbles that we lost the concept of that you don't have to like everyone. Like, just because you don't like someone, you don't actually have to wish death upon them. Like, I know it's a hot take, really, at this point, that you can just simply be neutral or dislike someone and still wish them well. I know, it's very crazy because every time I see, like, a bunch of people be like, oh, I hate this person, I hope they fucking die in, like, the most final destination way possible. And I'm like, daddy, chill. If you don't like them, just ban them or, like, block them so you don't see their content. Like, what are you talking about? Like, you don't actually have to, like, end their life or that. Are you crazy? What?
Let's focus on these recent immigration comments. That's why we're here. But we are also here to do one other thing. And now that we are snug as a bug in a rug on the Hell Gondola, we're going to hear from today's sponsor, Fume.
I thought it was the tea. Sydney, you cannot put two sponsors into the video and get away with it. No, that's too much, too greedy. I will limit you to one sponsor.
Because stopping your bad habit is very important. Hey, you.
Jesus Christ.
It's almost the new year. And you know what we do in the new year? We break bad habits.
Wait, is Fumo vape?
I will be giving up sugar. And you will be giving up smoking. Or vaping, because we are not bringing that energy into 2026. And right now, you might be thinking, but Sydney, breaking up with my cancer sticks is so hard.
What is it?
And ordinarily, it would be. But now you have Fume. This nifty flavored air device will not slowly turn...
Okay, hear me out. Just don't smoke any kind of chemical shit inside your lungs. How about that? Just, I don't know, go and punch the fridge instead. Like, stop smoking weird chemical shit that you don't know what will do to your lung, okay? Not good. Just, I don't know, take air. Air is good for you. You know, use Febreze if you want different flavor air. You know, last time I was going out, I perfumed myself and the perfume went into my mouth. It was very delicious. I tasted it on my tongue for a long time. If you wanna taste something different, spicy air, perfume in. It was awful.
Are over. And Fume's ever-expanding line of both flavors and products is going to keep you going for a long time. No. QR code on screen or go to tryfume.com.
No, do not try. How about you do 5 squats instead? No.
Twitter and sent a bunch of people into a tailspin. In fact, the person who initially posted it and put their watermark on his video, which everyone should know how much I hate that. Don't watermark other people's content. It's...
Well, but how will they get the clout if they don't watermark their channel? What do you mean?
It's really weird. Anyway, this person accused Zach of crashing out and going on a weird rant.
Okay, kick streamer Asmongold crashes out and goes on a rant about immigrants who don't speak English.
I stopped smoking Asmodec for 25 years. You can stop.
Good job! I'm proud of you. I also
But
stopped
my crack
smoking.
cocaine sad.
No crack cocaine. I'm taking all of your crack cocaine. Okay, I'm sorry. If you don't speak English, you don't deserve to be in the US. As a citizen, I guess, with like a green card or something. I mean, is it really that wild that like if the official language of the country is like X and Y, then you should probably know it to a certain level, like, you know, just enough to get by? I think it's like, imagine going to like Japan and demand that everyone caters to you just because you don't speak Japanese. Also, English is like the fucking easiest language to learn. Like, you can pick it up in a few months.
During the same live stream, Zach said that there are cultural factors that
If I moved to Hungary, I would want to learn Hungarian. Don't. You know, we can make exceptions, okay? It's not worth it. It's not. You will. No, it's fine. That's fine. No, it's okay. That's fine. It's fine. I appreciate you wanting to try, but holy shit, you know. But it's very sweet of you.
makes some cultures easier to integrate in.
Maybe not for vacation. Yeah, of course. I don't think Osmo meant like, oh, if you're a goddamn tourist, you have to learn. No, it's more like if you settle down and you have like citizenship and green card and whatever the heck you have and like American passport, then you should probably be able to speak at least like, you know, a certain level.
Fun thing. The US made English the official language this year.
What? Wait, so what was the official language before? Like, nothing? Or just blah, 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 noises?
Into US society than others. He listed several of these things before saying that not
German.
being able to speak English should completely limit a person's ability to immigrate here.
Dude, at this point, I really don't think it's a hot take. Is it a hot take? Honestly, I feel like everyone should learn at least 2 languages, right? Like your own and like pick up something else. Like I
No
would say,
inhaling chemicals. Take away grandma's oxygen bottle.
nah. Like at this point, like since you guys have like Mexico down the border, like it would be so good if everyone could speak like Spanish, you know, to like a decent level or something, and vice versa. Like even the Americans. Or like, you know, if you want to speak like German or with the French Canadians, although who the fuck wants to talk to the French Canadians? But, you know, like if you want to meet up with XQC and want to listen to him, yap about it. I know 4 languages based.
Let's be real. There are massive cultural barriers that make some cultures easier to integrate into others. Obviously, right?
Yeah.
There's religion, morality, like just different cultural norms, the way they treat women, the way they treat gay people, how they think about like, I don't know, stealing, and like a handful of other
Oh, why would he talk about the Romanians now? Do you see? Like he always gets so personal. God damn it.
things. Like this is a fact, like their language, right? Like it's, I would absolutely, like in my opinion, like if somebody is not an English speaker, the chances of them emigrating, in my opinion, should go from like, you know, I'd say like whatever the percentage is down to like 0, okay? Like we don't need to be bringing people into the country that can't even speak English. Like what are we talking about, right?
And this is something that I just agree with. I think this is correct. The only thing that I would caveat here, and I don't know in the grand scheme of this live stream, I don't know if Zach did.
I thought it's almost always a courtesy to study or like you know, like I'm in Switzerland, right? And I am not fluent in German, but I dabble. Like if someone would ask me something like very simply, I could probably answer. I can read most of the signs. I can read the ingredients. I can read papers and whatnot, you know? Like, of course, like if it's something very fucking official, like from the taxes, like screw fucking your taxes, you have to like I will double check it with Google Translate. But if a Swiss person would come up to me and say that, hey, if you want to live here, you should. No, that actually happened to me. Like when I moved into this apartment, the people who were helping to get my couch in were like asking if I speak German, and I was like, ooh, a little, right? And they were just like, yeah, keep going and whatnot. I don't think it's a really big hot take to learn the language of the country you are going to. I like, yeah.
Caveat this himself, or if he thinks this himself, but
you know how many Americans would barely pass high school, let alone. Yeah, but if you're coming not from America to settle down in America, then, you know, your education might be better.
The worst part of it is if you go to those immigrants' countries, they will push you to learn their language and chastise you if you do not or cannot. But if they come to the US, they expect you to learn their language instead of English.
You're a little bit weighing. Are you talking about the French? Is this about the French?
I think that when you move to a new country, it's not so much the expectation is that you are fluent right out of the gate, because really one of the best ways to learn a language is to be completely immersed in it. And, you know, people often say that if you want to learn, go live in the country where that language is spoken. So I think
I will be honest with you, I don't think that Asmongold was talking about people who are fleeing the war. I'm fairly certain he meant like those people who just like want to have like a better life for themselves and whatnot. Like, of course, if you're like getting hounded and like you have like, you know, like you're poor and you're skinny and you're ill, then they're not going to be like a no dinner for you unless you ask with proper English and pronouns. You know, they are just going to be like, yeah, sure, whatever.
that's probably the only area where I would say having a working knowledge of a language is really useful, but I don't necessarily expect people to be fluent. I think that learning as you go, having the intention of learning is really important. I just don't know why this is a controversial position. I think perhaps
Mary
Crombosa. Please, Scoop, I have some more. Only if you will ask me, like, pretty please. You must say pretty please. If they are fleeing a war, they need to stop the closest country to them per international law.
That
That's
requires
true.
a translator.
There's a what? Wait, a mayor? Like an American mayor? Hired by the state? Mayor? Question mark? The dog one? Wait, America has a dog mayor? Fucking based. Can I move there?
reason why people don't like to hear this is because of, I guess, this more liberal take that you can take any person, you know, in any culture and mash all these things together and have people successfully coexist without putting any meaningful effort into the things that actually foster social cohesion. And I would argue that language is one of the most important factors in that. And like I said, I don't know why this is controversial. I don't know why this element is being disputed. Obviously, the immigration.
Because at this point, I really do believe that there is like a handful of people that every time Asmongold says something, they are sitting and looking, how can I twist this to make it look bad? They are like, okay, I hate this person, so I have to find an angle in a way that I can make his comment be racist or oppressive in one way or another. Like, they don't actually think whether it makes sense. They are just angry and they just want to say angry things because they really hate him.
Topic is big and multifaceted, and there's lots of components to it and lots of negative components to it, but I would argue that it's, I guess, reasonably logical and normal to have people speaking the same language in the place that everybody lives. I don't know. Anyway, as you can expect, this last clip of Zach that I just showed you led to a lot of criticism and a lot of accusations of being all of the ists and isms. Besides the person who said that he's crashing out,
okay,
I did see a lot of other people on Twitter say that he's just hateful and racist.
There's no greater sign of a weak human being than hating others for simply being different in the most innocuous ways. Is being different not being able to speak English? Is that just like, oh, teehee, I'm different. I don't speak French. What? 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 Also, I don't think he was hating. Like, he didn't say that every people who lives in the United States and doesn't speak English completely fluently should be hung up in Minecraft. That's not what he said. He just should, maybe you shouldn't be here then.
And that he's, not a really good person. He's got weak humanity because he's hating on others for innocuous differences. And yet, amid the outrage, Zach doubled down, calling his view common sense and suggesting that no country should admit people who cannot communicate in its primary language. Interestingly, though, Zachy Boy over here has been discussing this
Zachy Boy
topic for a little while now. In another video from, I'm going to assume, probably back in March. Like I said, I've had a really weird hard time finding the origins of these because going through live streams is hard. Anyway, I'm assuming this is from when Donald Trump signed his executive order in March to make English the primary language.
I can't believe you guys didn't have it as the official primary language. I sort of thought that like every country has its set. Do they not? Like, does Germany not have the German language as like the primary language? It just never seemed needed. I guess. Interesting. It was accepted by tradition. It's like the kind of thing you don't ever think of because, like, very obviously America is an English-speaking country. You wouldn't doubt it, but it's it's like an unwritten rule. It's kind of funny that only now you guys had to put it into writing. It's like, you know what this is? This is like the microwave and the do not put your cat into the microwave. Like, it's very obvious you shouldn't microwave your cat, but they still had to put it into writing for whatever obvious reason. You know? It's basically that.
Of the United States. I could be wrong, but anyway, immigration is being discussed here. And Zach again said that if you live in America, you need to speak English, explaining that other countries expect immigrants to speak their languages. Why should we be any different?
Listen, if you're living in America, you need to speak English, okay? Like, it's pretty simple. Like, if you're going...
I want to point out, he didn't say that you should only speak English. Like, you can still speak German, French, Spanish, or whatever. They just want you to be able to communicate in English, right? It's not like erase your whole identity and from now on you will wear a yeehaw hat and you will have a flag on you, the American flag, and you will have like a nice cowboy boot and you eat only hamburgers while saying yeehaw. That's not what he said.
And trying to come up, well, what about in this one situation? Yeah, what a great idea. Let's create a part of the country that is totally disharmonic and distorted from everything else. That's what a brilliant idea.
I still think that if you guys are smart, every night you guys will go out with shovels and start to dig at the border of California, and within a few months you can just push it into the ocean and have it as an independent little continent.
But microwave is cat carrier.
I think that's still a good idea. Just like toss all of Cully just over there. You don't need that, okay? That's like a burden off your shoulders, okay? You can. They will never notice it. They are too busy with arguing what is a woman and whatnot, you know?
Idea that let's add an area into the country that really is people are speaking a different language. No, it's ridiculous. Who moves to China and doesn't speak Chinese or Cantonese, right? I mean, like, what are we talking about? You move to Japan, you don't speak Japanese. You move to the Middle East, you don't speak Arabic or Farsi. I feel like you've got a bit of a Mandarin. It's Mandarin. That's the other one I was thinking, like Mandarin or Cantonese. And like, what are we talking about here? Yeah, you move to Brazil, you speak Portuguese. That's the way it is. This is the simplest, most obvious thing.
You go to Brazil before Brazil come inside you.
Is so funny to me because just this morning I read an article about how Japan is strengthening its citizenship requirements. It's extending the time that you have to live in the country before you can apply for citizenship. But one of the bigger factors is that you have to be, I don't know if it's like fluent or just very proficient, but you at least have to be extremely proficient in Japanese in order to get your citizenship. I can say many things in Japanese, but
Oh, I just saw that actually Japan just added a law that I think you have to live in Japan for 10 years and then be fluent in the language, and then, only then, you will be able to get your citizenship. I think they just put it out like today or yesterday. Yeah, it's actually, it's based, you know, like, why would you want to be Japanese, quote unquote, Japanese citizen if you don't speak the language, you know?
But obviously the most important is hotu dagu tabimasu.
Swiss have it for 10 years. That's not true. I think for Europe, you only need 5 years and your contents language exam on like a basic level. I think you need like a German A1 and A2.
I'm an expert, man. Get out of here.
Swiss needs 10. For EU, it's 5. I googled it up because I was wondering if I wanna or I don't wanna.
Although the criticism here is coming from...
Oh, wait. For citizenship or for permit C? Because I'm thinking about permit C. I didn't think about the citizen. I like the citizenship is when you can vote and whatnot. I wouldn't want to become quote unquote Swiss because that's weird. Yeah. No. They are probably right. I was thinking about the visa C. Probably for the citizenship, you will need 10 years. Yeah, that's fair.
Leftist circles, if I'm being totally honest, I do find it quite surprising because...
I have some... What are you guys talking about? But I have somewhat mixed feelings. I worked in a kitchen with predominantly Mandarin-speaking staff. It was hard at first, but we managed to communicate pretty well. Did you pick up Mandarin? Did you start to speak Chinese? But like kitchen slang Chinese? Based.
I think that the position that Zach is expressing is quite a logical one. I don't think that his view is rooted in being prejudiced or partisan or even anti-immigrant. I think it comes from a place of actual practicality that is backed up by statistics and historical precedent and public opinion. We know that people who speak a country's native tongue have an easier time finding work and fitting in and so on. This is statistically backed up. We know that native-born citizens want to hear their native language.
Yeah, but you have to understand that lately society does not work on facts. It goes by feelings and vibes, right? And depending on who says it, right? If a person like Asmongold will say something, a Karen with a nose ring with a septum piercing will say literally the opposite of it, just so that they are not going to accidentally agree with Asmongold. You know, like Asmongold could say that you should not hit your wife, and the Karens would come up in a way that actually hitting your wife could be very beneficial in one way or another if it's like part of some sort of ritual you have to do. Like they would do literally anything, the most heinous shit, just to not agree with him. So it's very important. Yeah, it's just a cultural thing, actually. You are a white man, you just don't understand. You just have to bonk your wife's head with a chancla 3 times at midnight. That's their culture, you bigot, right? So I am absolutely wouldn't be surprised.
Spoken out in the world. And we know that currently there is very little effort to hold anyone, well, migrants really, to a standard of English speaking. Of course, none of this matters because all the angry progressives want to focus on is the fact that it excludes people or something. I
swear to God, it's really, it's called, I just learned this term. Thank you, beekeeper! I just learned this term, the suicidal empathy. They literally do that. Like these people would let themselves and everyone get hurt just so that they can pretend to be a good person or something. It's like they just wanna seem so good that they would rather destroy everything around them just so that they can say that I'm a good person. Yeah.
Actually have
It's
no
crazy.
idea what they're trying to logically argue about this one. I think in the minds of most normal functioning people, requiring that immigrants learn English and be fluent in English is a good thing
Because they don't actually want to be good. Of course, because being good means like it's effort. You have to work on it. You have to sacrifice. You have to do hard decision. These people cannot do hard decisions. If they are faced with a hard decision, they will call it like fascist or something.
because it fosters social cohesion, it gives them job opportunities.
What's the baseline for good? Like now we are going philosophical, but you know, it's I guess it's like the trolley question. Like, you know, do you wanna hit 2 people or 100 people? I don't know. But really, is picking up a language 100? No, that's so true. So true. No, you're right. Always the 100. Yeah, so true. I knew. I'm so proud of this community.
It, you know, leads to mutual respect and being able to read road signs. But like I mentioned,
I'm pulling both levers just simultaneously. Why does it not work? Let me drift into them. I am min-maxing everything. Yeah.
and this is a topic that Zach has talked about a lot, and so this is
Absolutely.
way not the first time that he's come under fire for making comments about immigration. At the end of October 2025, people were once again kicking off at him after he reacted to a clip of Hassan, the dog abuser Piker.
Excuse me, what was that middle name?
Again, kicking off at him after he reacted to a clip of Hassan, the dog abuser Piker.
Okay. Shock, shock, shock. Da, 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 da. Shock, shock, shock.
In this video, Hassan said that he noticed more white people in Japan and has expressed how much he doesn't like it. Zach responded to this.
Wait, that sounds kind of racist to me. Hello? What? Hello? Why? That's not very nice to say. Excuse me.
Is saying if you're a foreigner in Japan because you're white, then what does that make every other person that's not white in America?
No, you can't be racist to white people. Oh, okay. Yeah, sorry. Huh?
Since the last time I've been in Japan, this is my 3rd time now.
Yeah.
I've seen a
I have to ask, does Hassan not consider himself white? Is he not white? What at this point I don't know what he considers himself. What is white? Because let's say that you call an American white. Would you call Europe entirely white? What if you are, I don't know, like you live in Italy and you have grown up in Italy, but you have like a half black parent and a half white parent. Then, but you're Italian. You grew up in Italy. He's Turk. He's Moroccan. So if I have, let's say, am I allowed to say that? The what's the politically correct term for the minorities in Hungary? I don't want to use anything offensive. I don't keep up with it. So like the I think Romani people, if I'm like half Roma, am I white? Because, you know, oh no, I'm just saying, like what counts as white? Because I have met Roma people. I had friends who have been purer white than I am, right? So, bro, you can't say that to me. What the fuck? So it's like, I don't know what counts as entirely white at this point. And it's also so fucking exhausting. Can we just not judge? I know I'm going to say something crazy. Can we not judge people by their skin color, but rather the content of their character? I think it would be really nice if we could do that.
3rd time now.
Yeah.
I've seen a lot more.
How dare you? I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Hassan, chief interrogator of dog Tonomo Bay Piker. Hassan, if she barks, she gets the arc spiker.
Jesus
Hassan,
Christ.
stay in place or zapped to space Piker. Hassan Shocker nor Piker. Hassan better hop or you get the shock Piker.
Very good. I think you should send this in his TTS. I'm sure he would be very happy to hear your nickname ideas, you know? Very, very nice. But yeah, like, I actually really hate like these generalizations, you know, like, oh, white people, or my favorite is men. It's like when you see a video that like someone is like being shitty to women or it's just something, it's just like men. How is it like there is this saying, I see it often on Twitter, that it's not every man, but it's always man. And it's like they really think that they cracked the code.
She is translucent.
Shut up, fuck. Shut the fuck up. I'm not translucent.
White people out here.
Oh, for sure.
Okay?
Oh, yeah.
And I don't like it.
Ooh, bro. Okay. You know, I feel like that's yeah, I feel like that is a kind of an impolite thing to say. And like, yeah, sure, they are all laughing at it because how else are you supposed to... Like, imagine if he would have said this about any other race. How would it sound like? Like, you would say that, I don't know, I do not like the Japanese. I don't like it that there is too many Japanese in Germany. You know, I don't like, how would this fucking sound like, you know?
A lot more white people out here.
Oh, for sure.
Okay?
Oh, yeah.
And I don't like it. All right?
Yeah, like fucking nervous laughter. Like, who says that? Come on. When given his roots, his family probably did when it came to Eastern Europe.
6 months with the Yerp cat. GG as coup.
Eastern Europa.
If you are a foreigner in Japan because you're white, then what does that make every other person that's not white in America? That's not the kind of identity politics you really want to play. That's a bad way of doing things.
You know, I'm actually... I am still baffled that people are so hung up on skin color. Like, really? Like, who cares what color you are? That's not the point. Do you commit crimes? Are you an asshole? There are bad white people,
Astonished
there are
face
bad
emoji.
every kind of people.
You don't like Japanese.
No, shut up. Besides the point, it's not about what you are. You don't get a free pass just because you're X and Y. It's like if you're like, I don't know, you're looting a store,
Trash
you
this
go
guy's
to...
laughing so he doesn't kick them out of the big streamosphere or harass Mousy.
Just, it's so exhausting. It's like 2025. We were supposed to be smarter than this. It's just an easy target. It's just, that's how you, with stupid shit like this, that's how you radicalize people. That's how they will say more and more edgier things and eventually will do more and more edgier things. And we shouldn't like bully each other to the edge. We should be like working together or some shit. I don't know. Insert world peace here.
Reason why there's a big difference between people like abroad in Japan and PewDiePie
Sadja.
versus somebody like Johnny Somali. The big difference is that
I'm so happy that he's going to go to jail. I'm so happy that the Koreans had the balls and he's actually going to get punished. I don't know how many years he got, but he was so annoying. He was so rude and so mean. He was such a shit person.
people like abroad...
Will he? I'm fairly... Didn't they say like he's going to get like 6 or 7 or something like years? Like the Koreans were not joking with it.
Japan, or some of the people that come here to the United States, actually the majority of legal immigrants that come here to the United States come here and they assimilate into the culture and they don't cause any problems. They're trying to just simply exist inside of a different culture.
When someone in the live stream chat responded and said that America is not white people's land, Zach responded and said, actually, it is.
And so that's it. America is not white people's land. That's Europe. Well, it is.
I mean, like what? Like historically? I mean, it's not. It's like America is the most mixed ever. Like you can literally find anything and everything there. Also, I don't know.
It is. It absolutely is.
It's literally like a melting pot of like different people and cultures and everything.
White people's land.
No, I disagree. Unironically, they built it. Well, I mean, do you really want to get into like the whole Native Americans and whatnot, like and yeah. Oh no, yeah, it's dude, listen, it's humanity. It's like there is always wars, there is always people killing each other and like wiping and restarting and whatnot, but I don't know.
We fought a war over it.
Once again, the response to this was what you expected,
People,
with people
are violent animals.
calling him racist and tone deaf. This is so interesting to me because right now on Twitter, there's this really big debate, if you will, happening, where people are kind of discussing what it means to be an American and sort of where the heritage American fits into this. And these are people who can trace their lineage all the way back to, I guess, the founding of the country, and sort of how those people relate to America versus how new Americans relate to America. And not that I want to get into this at all.
You know what? I have a hot take. I think if you are American and you say that I hate America, I think you should be like punished in a way or something. Hating your own country is somehow feels like betrayal to me. I don't mean that you have to suck the president's dick, but actually saying that I hate America and like in a war I would take the enemy's side and not like my country's side. I feel like that's treason. Freedom of speech though, yeah, but it's also kind of treason, It feels wrong. Like I actually saw like it was like what was it? An interview. They interviewed like a bunch of people and it was like, "Oh, if there would be a war, would you protect your country?"
People in America are so obsessed with skin color.
I know. It's okay. Eventually they will have another thing. It's like a fad or something. You can hate the government and like the country. Yeah, that's true. That's true. Absolutely. You can love the country, the culture, the people, and just hate the government. I mean, let's be real. The government is always a dick. Like, when was the last time any country had good governments? Like, never? Question mark? Brother, if there is a war, I'm moving to Australia or Austria. Because where do you wanna?
In this video because it is
I hate my prime minister, I love my country. Yeah, but that's perfectly fine.
quite muddy. I think if we're being intellectually honest, if we're, not being butt heads about this, we can all admit that the American colonies, which have become America as we know it today, were founded by European settlers, many of whom came from England and reflected the sun. Like
Why are the British people catching strays? Hello?
this.
Hey, now I feel like I'm catching strays and I'm not even British. What the fuck?
See, this is why it's muddy, because now I have to caveat. This is not me saying that there weren't other people around during the founding of the America that we know today. Obviously,
I'm not British.
About 10 years after settlers
I actually find it very offensive. And I'm going to crash out. I'm inserting my septum piercing as we speak.
came to the East Coast, then there were slave ships arriving, and so there are plenty of Black Americans who can trace their ancestry back to these early slaves. Then you also had sort of all of the interactions with natives going on at the time, and the Hispanics down south, and you also had the Chinese come over in the 1800s for the gold rush. I mean, there's so much history here that just, I don't know, I don't want to get into it, but there you go. Everyone's acknowledged. Every freaking race is acknowledged. Now no one can scream at me in the comments because I will scream back. Anyway, it's still an objectively true statement to say that America as we know it today, the American colonies were founded by European settlers. So yell at me if you want to, historian nerds. I don't care. And whether or not you personally think that this position...
I think this is such a non-issue. I literally have no comment on it because it's such a non-issue I don't fucking care. That is not the problem what we are discussing.
Is right or wrong or correct or incorrect, it sort of makes sense why Zach would feel this way about America's founding and its founding peoples, given he expressed in another live stream that his family lineage in America goes all the way back to the Revolutionary War.
I have to see, like, from my perspective as an American and a Native American, right? Like, not capitalized, but just lowercase. A Native American, right? My family's been
I was like,
here for ever since the.
I understand what he's saying, but it was just like I got like a roller coaster ride. I was like, I see.
Before the Revolutionary War, right? We fought in the Revolutionary War. Well, they did.
Yeah, as a native of America, not a Native American.
Hey, right? I wasn't there.
Yes.
But anyway, so my point is that, like, very obviously, I want to do the best, and I want to work in the best interest of the people that are in my country first. And I do want to put people in my country first. I want to make decisions.
Okay, okay, I actually agree with that. I think if you have a country, you should always put your own citizens first. I think that's very important, that every single politician's duty should be that you prioritize your own goddamn people. It's like the same like when you go on an airplane, right? When the oxygen mask falls down, you put yours on first and then you assist others. Right? Because you have to save yourself to be able to save other people. So you have to protect your own people to be able to assist others.
From a government level, that puts people in my country first.
I need to? Why? Does your butt cheek need an oxygen mask too? What the hell?
It's that simple.
Even this, which I think is a very fair statement,
bastard.
wanting to put first one's own countrymen, wanting to prioritize the interests of Americans, resulted in him being attacked from all angles. And all of this has fed into this idea that he's just some far-right Nazi zealot. If you go on Reddit,
Okay, to be fair, can we just agree that the word Nazi has lost its meaning? Like, along with like every other bad word like that. Like, you can literally not like a single color and there will be someone on Twitter who will call you a Nazi. It doesn't fucking matter. Think about the whole Zendaya thing. It was so goddamn stupid.
he would do that, I don't know. You'll see that people are saying that he engages in hate bait, that he does so in order to appeal to this far-right anti-immigrant audience that he's cultivated. But really, I think that, you know, a lot of people these days hold these viewpoints, and I know that they're probably considered rather extreme, but I do think that a lot of this is becoming normalized as multiculturalism comes under fire more and more and more. This probably will shock none of you, but I don't agree with Zach on everything that he has to say and everything that he thinks and some of the things that
Okay, but this is... Sorry, I kind of caught her in an ago. This is what people will never understand.
Hi.
Hi.
Native American of the Oglala tribe from South Dakota.
Yeah?
We lost. The Europeans conquered us. America was built by Europeans. Get over it.
Ah, bro, are you really? Are you really? Are you really? Are you really? Or you're just a Redditor? Just a jang. Because that's so cool. Unless you're a Redditor, then it's not cool. And minus points for Reddit. Give him like 20 seconds to catch up. Okay. I will give it 20 seconds. I wanted to say something. Oh yeah. I wanted to say that like that's like I think something that like lately the very stupid Twitter people cannot understand, that you can listen to someone and not 100% agree with them. You know, like you can just agree with them like 60% or 70% and not wish death upon them, you know? Like you don't have to cancel them. You don't have to make sure that they lose their job. You don't have to wish harm upon them or any kind of bad luck, hoodoo sort of thingy. And yeah, that's impossible. Like you can actually just vibe with most of them. It's like I hate like this whole guilt by association thing. It's like someone does something or says something. Oh, you were friends with them. You're also a bad person. It's like, no, listen, if that would be true, I would only meet people who are me. And the only person like me is me. So should I not talk to anyone ever? Because they are not 100% me? Like, what are we talking about? Are you sure? I'm like 90% sure. Yes. You know? It's just it's so, you know, it's like they want the sheep mentality. They actually want everyone to be the same and agree with everything the same, and you can tick it out, then you're a good person. That's all. Why good luck, brother? No, I read it. No. Venmaru, fucking based. Okay? Mwah. Kisses. No, I saw it. Shut up.
Things that I've seen floating around on the internet. I don't
I was just talking. Let me talk. As a female, I reserve the 69 Amendment rights to yap. Okay? I do not hate YouTube chat. I was talking. Okay? That's my 69th Amendment right, is to yap without interruptions. Yes.
And you know what? That's okay, because that's normal.
That's because I need it. That's my favorite amendment right, okay? Shut the fuck up. Repeal the 69. No, it's mine. No. Wait, you're female? Occasionally.
But I do very
You know, it is on a spectrum, so...
much agree with him when it comes to language around this immigration debate. I personally believe that language is one of the most important things that we have as a collective. It's how we communicate. It's such a big indicator of assimilation. And
it's okay. Language will not be a problem. Soon we will have those auto-translating glasses or something. You will speak in your own language and it will auto-translate it into your ear or with subtitles, and it's going to be really fun. Hell no. Or you're going to get like a cyberpunk implant into your head, and it will be just like in the game, and it will just auto-translate it for you. I don't hate secret chat! Shush.
people love to talk about America as this melting pot.
Didn't Elon Musk also said that he wants to try to build chips into people's head? He's going to put ads into my head. He's going to monetize my sleeping schedule and run ads if I don't pay. It's called the Neuralink. Do not. Do not. You're going to get like fucking overwritten. He will put 8s into your head. Absolutely.
What? Okay, well, then melt. Prior to Trump's executive order in March making English the official language of this country, people loved to make the argument here that because America does not have an official language, then it is okay that people don't bother to learn English, which I have always thought is an insane position, but whatever. But English is clearly the language of America. Zach pointed this out himself. This is the language of the founding documents, the language that law and
I think we should make French to be the national language of the United States. And we will have to force everyone to learn French. Now that would be a punishment. A great grand punishment on the entire country.
Business and commerce are conducted in. It is the common tongue that we speak amongst ourselves in everyday life to be understood and to communicate. English is the language of this country. Does this mean that you cannot be bilingual? No, that is insane. Lots of people speak different languages with their friends or with their parents or with their grandma. But the important thing is that when they go out into the world, there is a shared language, and that is English, and that's what we all speak to each other. It is interesting because when I started working on this video, I was reminded about the fact that this is legitimately not like a radical or extreme position, because wanting to have a common language has been so normal for so long up until very recently. Outside of a shared language in the country context, I'm sure that a bunch of you are familiar with the fact that French, for example, used to be the lingua franca, or the auxiliary.
See, I'm telling you, the French is coming. The French is coming. I told you. Did I tell you? I warned you. The French is coming.
Language used between people in European countries who didn't speak a common tongue. So the common tongue was French. They would communicate and do business in French.
Thank you, Sharp! Thank you so much for the 550.
Now that language is English because it's become the global language and the language that everybody uses when nobody speaks the same language. I hope this makes sense. My confusing and probably ineffective explanation here aside, my point is that whether it's English...
Thank you, Granda! Thank you so much for the 5 gifted.
English or French or some other language, there is a need for a...
If we have a backup language, can we please not make it the French? I don't know what, like, you guys can choose just not the French. No. And yeah, no. I don't want, no, not that one. No.
shared common language,
Polish,
a shared common
Spanish.
tongue for people to communicate. And this transcends
Make it Latin. Like the OG Latin? Like the ones that no one, just the doctors and the lawyers use? Nah. No. Could you imagine how could that would... Can you imagine that like there would be like Gen Z Latin speakers and there would be like Latin slang? Like a Riz would be like something in Latin. There would be a 6-7 in Latin. There would be a skibidi toilet in Latin. Rizus. Rizus Maximus.
individual countries. Back in early 2025, the New York Times ran a piece
Merry
that basically
Christmas
suggested
to all.
Merry Christmas.
that Trump's executive order about the English language being the primary language of the United States is somehow unfair or
An unkind policy for an unkind policy?
racist. The piece points out that this idea was actually expressed by the founding fathers and other American leaders over the years. You guys are gonna love this one. Benjamin Franklin worried that there was too much German being spoken in the
Gosh, damn Germans with their freaking sandals and socks, with their pretzel and beer. Ha, not in my country, old boy.
United States. In the early days, Theodore Roosevelt expressed in 1919 that, quote, we have room for but one language in this country, and that is the English language. For we intend to see that the crucible turns our people out as Americans of American nationality and not as dwellers in a polyglot boarding house.
Damn, you guys were called hookers or something. I think the guys called you a hookers or something. Feels like. Does it? They just call it, it's like a slur. It's like a slur like in 1919, before slurs became slurs. You polyglot boarding house.
Tell us how you really feel there, teddy boy. Tell us. Totally bizarrely, this writer argues that because another language is harder to acquire as someone ages, it's unreasonable to expect older migrants to learn. Which is crazy? In part because of the aforementioned language immersion thing that I mentioned earlier. So much of this article is incredibly annoying, but you guys are gonna especially love this part. Imagine a native Mandarin speaker who is new or newish to English. Let's say that she can get by just fine while navigating a menu or engaging in brief exchanges. Grand. But if she were being admitted to a hospital, taking a citizenship test, voting, or doing anything else involving detail or urgency, she would want to be able to use, hear, or read her native language. To deny her that is pointless and unfeeling.
What? 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 What?
Why is a person who cannot speak English voting or taking a citizenship test?
That's a solid point, honestly. Some people. Oh, the humanity.
I'm actually quite certain that you need to
I was going to hospital doing a citizenship is the same thing. Don't question it. Remember, not facts, only vibes. Okay? Only vibes. It's just, you don't understand. It's just simply unfair. If she's Chinese, she has the right to be Chinese. And only Chinese. Take your white privilege out of here, okay, bigot? Disgusting.
be proficient in English to do
Ew.
a citizenship test in the first place. So, who are you letting write for you these days, New York Times? What is happening here? Anyway, without going on about this for another million years,
Kind of random.
I don't think that it's racist or intolerant or xenophobic or whatever to ask that someone moving to a country learns to speak the native language of that country. And this, for me, also goes for English speakers. I think it's pretty bloody rude to go somewhere and to not make the effort to learn the language of the place that you have moved to. I think it's actually quite ignorant, and I think it's quite disrespectful. And you know, truthfully, I am really glad to see someone.
I will be honest with you. If we could see some statistics about who are the people who are beefing against it, I don't think you would be surprised that it's probably middle-aged Karens. Like, only middle-aged Karens really have the time to get upset about something stupid like this. I swear to God, it would be them or Nigel Farage. Yeah, the two camps, Nigel Farage and the Karens. These are the two groups of people who would ever. Yeah, true.
Like Zach, who's got such a massive audience and such a big reach, and people hate watch him too, which means that more of his ideas get out there. I'm glad to see him expressing these viewpoints and pulling them back into the limelight, because I think some of these pretty common sense components of the immigration debate get away from us because we fixate so much on the more extreme components. In the US context, and really in the context of any other country, asking someone to learn the language, and in this case English, asking for English proficiency, is a pragmatic stance. And I think the left's current romanticization, is that a word? Romanticization? It doesn't sound like one. We're gonna go with
boom, the straight exported out of the country, invented a new word, not fluent, bye. Sydney goes back to Australia.
That you are deaf, use sign fake language and you will be fine.
True.
Romanticizing. Their current...
She sounds British. I think she's Australian. I could have sworn that she was in Australia, but I think now she's in America.
Romanticizing of immigration without assimilation
Aussie,
is just so unhelpful. Even
Do you think her parents thought that they are giga smart because she's Australian and they named her Sydney? I feel like that's the kind of dead joke that just like, you know, ha 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 ha. I definitely feel like that's a very, very bad dad joke over there.
For immigrants themselves. And I think really what it will lead to is this specific issue becoming more and more radicalized until that is sort of the prevailing stance. I think that more and more people get radicalized on this, and I don't think that that will achieve the ends that the left is hoping for. In the end, asking that people speak a shared language is a logical step towards a functioning society, and the fact that we're at the point where this is apparently a racist position is kind of crazy. But like I said, I am always glad.
At this point, I'm like 99% sure that you just literally cannot say anything but positive things to a certain group of people, otherwise it will be like racist. Like, just nothing controversial, nothing, only praise. Otherwise you're a bigot.
To see really big voices in the cultural space talking about the...
Nope, man can't see it. Okay, man cannot say nice things to women because then you're sexist and a misogynist and a creep. And yeah, also men. It's always men. Not all men, but always men, right?
Things and bringing them to the forefront and really demonstrating how
Merry
important...
Christmas, Sasku
Merry
watched
Christmas.
a lot of your content this year.
Let's
Buy
go.
yourself a reasonably priced lamp.
Aw, thank you. See, he got me the lamp allowance.
It is that we maintain a level of logic and intelligence when it comes to the immigration discussion. Now on that note, and before I open the floor to all of you, this is just a reminder, check out Fume using the link in the description. As you guys know,
no smoking for you, okay? No smoking.
they've been a long-term friend of the channel, so if this is something that you struggle with, absolutely check them out and see if they might be the solution for you. Now I open the floor to all of you. What do you all think? I got a lot of responses to the last video that I made talking about immigration, and a lot of people were on the same page with me. A lot of people obviously disagreed or had different takes on it, but this is kind of in the same vein. So where do you land on this? How do you feel about people not speaking the language of the country that you live in? Do you think it's disrespectful? Do you think it's crappy? Do you think that it's really not that important and people can get by like this? What do you think?
I think if you are not going for citizenship, I think it's all right. But if you want to be an actual American citizen, you have to. You know, like if you just work there and you can get by, who cares? But if you actually want like American rights and vote and settle down and, you know, children, family and whatnot, then I think you should pick up the language. Can you get by though? I mean, yeah. Like you can get by with like a minimal English language, right? Like you can just like do like the basic whatever. Like if you don't want to be, if you want to be American, then you would probably want to know the language, because why else would you want like voting rights and whatnot, right? I don't really think that's a hot take. It just sort of makes sense. Oh sure, if you get like 50 words, the problem is that they learn 0. I mean, then I don't know what to say. Like, yeah, I don't know what to say. I really don't think it's that much of a big deal to pick up English, just like a very low conversational level, just like cough out a few words. And if you want to just cough out a few words, that's fine, but then don't vote. Like you obviously have no knowledge of the politics or the system or whatever.
Of Zach's comments and commentary, do you agree with the fact that he is very blunt in his delivery, which can maybe be kind of off-putting for some people? Do you think that the bluntness is actually necessary and that we are so past the point of caring about offending people and their feelings? What do you think of this overall discussion about assimilation and immigration and people fitting in and people making the
assimilate these nuts
effort? Do you think that this is good? Is it bad? Is it necessary? And what do you generally make of this issue overall? As always, if you have made it this far in the video, congratulations. I always like having you along for the full ride. If you are new here and you're not subscribed already and you would like to see more of me and more of this kind of content, feel free to subscribe to the channel.
They don't care, just want to vote for whoever gives them more free stuff. Well, yeah, but that's, you know, that's kind of not nice. That's not, you know, it might be defeating the purpose of voting.
I think it's okay as long you can switch language.
Yeah, of course. Like, I don't think anyone would care. Like, if you are, let's say, like, you're from Mexico or something and you want to speak like Spanish, or like you're from Germany and you want to speak German and English, as long as you can bounce between the two, no one will arrest you inside your own home that, hey, I heard that you said something in German. It's just like, you know, be able to get by. Don't be a nuisance. Unless, no, that's only with the French. I'm sorry. They will arrest you if you speak French. In the bedroom, they're just gonna be like, ooh, that guy's kinky. Straight to jail. I'm sorry. Well, we did it to the Japanese ones. Yeah, it wasn't very kind of you, was it? Huh? I don't think so.